Hello and welcome back to the King's Tea Spill. This week we're going to do things a little bit different because it's the sex talk. Category is body. Alrighty, so let's get into it, Kings. How you doing up there, King Jager?
I'm very well. I feel very free today.
Yes, free. King Lois?
I'm feeling great, feeling grand, feeling sexy performing all through my day.
Alrighty.
Right.
King Friday, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm great.
Alrighty. So before we get started, as always, make sure you hit that subscription button and click the notification bell for more updates from the King's Tea Spill. Alrighty, you know it's time for the Royal Games. This week we're going to play a game called Make Me Laugh.
No, that's true.
Oh, well, nice. I'm glad you're standing there.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike. You know.
What the fuck is that?
You know what? It doesn't make any sense.
What's going to happen is one of the kings is going to tell a joke and try to make the other ones laugh. Pray for us. Alrighty, so I'm going to start out. Here is my good joke. What do you call a fish with two knees? A toonie fish.
Cute, that was cute.
Okay, I get it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, I get
All right.
it.
So next we're going to go to King Jager.
Singing in the shower is fun until you get soap in your mouth. Then it becomes a soap opera.
That was cute. That was cute.
That was a good
Okay,
one.
Nick.
Oh,
That was a good one.
That was
Okay.
cute.
Okay, I know it was corny.
I had to gather that one. I had to think about it. I was like, what?
Alrighty, King Lois.
What do you have when a bottom doesn't douche?
Oh shit.
You have a mudslide.
Oh no.
I can't.
And King Friday.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to top King Lois's, but what's the worst type of bread to party with?
I don't know.
Sourdough.
That was cute. That was cute.
I'm glad somebody is on my type of vibes. King J, you had another one for us?
Okay. What did the elephant ask the naked man?
Is his trunk bigger than his?
How do you breathe out of that thing?
Oh,
Because elephants breathe from their trunks. Good one.
Bad joke.
Okay. So I got the final joke.
Okay.
What do you call 3 tops and 1 bottle? A
Nice.
choo choo.
come on, Rodney.
Oh,
Rodney.
you got it right.
Alrighty, we'll be right back. Alrighty, guys, welcome back. So this week is an extra special week. Not only is it the Sex Talk week, but we have 2 wonderful special guests joining us today, Lady and Lord Ruff. They are a polyamorous couple from the Georgia area. How are you guys doing today?
Good, man. Real
Real good. Real good.
Excited to be here.
Hell yeah. Let's get into it, man.
All righty. And I know the fans are excited to hear from, you guys and get actual couples view of this lifestyle, because I know it's one of the big things that's going on right now.
Yeah.
So, King Lois, I believe you had a question.
Yeah, so how did y'all meet? Did y'all meet on the side? How did y'all find each other? I was wondering.
So we
Tell
have
the
been.
right story.
I am. I gotta
That
give
is
them baby
cute.
steps. Gotta
Okay.
spoon feed them.
That is cute.
So we actually have been married for almost 9 years. We started out monogamous as fuck. And maybe 5 years ago, so we met when he was in the military. We met in Utah. And so we were dating, and he was from Columbus, Georgia. He got out the military. I followed him here. Maybe 4 years into our marriage, we kind of started dabbling into the alternative lifestyle. We tried swapping. We tried swinging. We tried the whole threesome thing. And then it kind of became a situation where it was more than just sex. So we, started to learn what being polyamorous meant, what it meant to date, separately and outside of our marriage, but still be committed to our marriage. And, after trial and error and learning,
a lot of trial and error.
Yeah. We learned we learned what being polyamorous was, and that's kind of where we are today.
Yeah, it just kind of evolved to where we are today.
Yeah.
So what is polyamorous? Because I know you just said that. So what is it? So
polyamory basically is just many loves. It means many loves. And then you have polygyny, which is many spouses. No, polygamy is many spouses. Polygyny is multiple husbands. No, polygyny is multiple wives, and polyandry is multiple husbands.
Mm-hmm.
So the other polys have something to do with marriage, whereas polyamory just has to do with love. It can be, and the way that we define our poly is the freedom to make meaningful connections with others.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that's spiritual, whether that's sexual, whether that's platonic, we have the freedom to make those connections.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. Thank you.
I think it's great that you guys, are here to explain that, because I think that a lot of people get very misguided opinions on what, poly life all consists of and what it is. And I think a lot of people just think it's about sex. So I'm very much so happy to hear that it's way more than that. And I'm, once again, so happy that you're here. So, King Jagger, you had a question?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to know who decided, the decision. Where did it come to actually become a polyamorous couple? I mean, I had some threesomes that maybe didn't go so well, and maybe bad threesomes. But where did it say, let's go poly?
This is his favorite story, so I'm gonna let him answer it.
So it wasn't even let's go poly. It was more of she wanted to see me with another woman. She wanted to watch me having sex with another woman, and that turned her on. And I didn't believe her at first because she said the shit during sex, so I didn't believe her at first. So I kind of ignored her the first 3 times that she said it. Until she finally said it and we wasn't having sex. I think we were just sitting and chilling, watching the fucking Walking Dead or some shit. And I was like, okay, I can take you seriously now because it's not in the moment. Like, I felt like it was one of them traps. Like, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I'm just going to ignore you all the way. And then our first experience was swinging. That was a trash experience. Never do that again. And then we
like, is there any not without going into detail why
I wasn't sexually attracted to the wife.
The couple that we tried it with, we were living in Columbus at the time and they were living up here. And so we came up here and, they hosted, we came to their house. They were cool, but he wasn't attracted to the wife. I wasn't attracted to the husband. So it's like a situation where if I was attracted to the husband and he wasn't attracted to the wife, but we trying to, do this whole swap thing, like somebody gonna lose. And neither one of us was willing to take one for the team.
I wasn't
so,
trying to take no
yeah.
L's. I wasn't trying to take no L's.
Wait, has someone ever taken it for the team?
No.
No.
Okay.
They said they are a team,
the
and
time.
they roll like that. Nobody takes one for the team.
Nah, we gonna win together and we gonna lose together.
Okay. King Friday, you had a question?
Oh yes. Is jealousy ever a factor? Like, is it ever a factor, and how do you deal with it?
Man, let me tell you. So this is my second marriage. So a lot of the baggage from my first marriage I carried into this relationship, and being poly didn't make that shit any easier.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, becoming poly brought a lot of that shit up to the surface, and it was either I had to deal with it or lose her. Like it wasn't, and then at that point it didn't have shit to do with being poly. It had nothing to do with nobody else. It had everything to do with our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell a lot of people that, when you're thinking about being poly, you have to consider what your primary relationship's foundation is like, because this shit will shake it. And if it's not strong, you will definitely fail.
Mm-hmm.
We have, talked to some people who have had failed relationships because they tried this poly shit and they wasn't really honest about going through the work to better your primary relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I get insecure often.
Mm-hmm.
But now how I react to my insecurity is I kind of go through this self dialogue, like, okay, this shit is irrelevant. She ain't going nowhere. This nigga probably ain't gonna be around long anyway. So what the fuck am I tripping for?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm able to be honest with her about my insecurities after I've dealt with them myself. Now, because like I said, it ain't always been like this, but it's definitely been, like she said earlier, trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Do you guys think that, in your situation, do you think that it makes, being in an actual relationship harder?
Being poly and being in a relationship?
Yeah.
Like you said, if your foundation isn't secure, then absolutely. It's being insecure is a normal feeling. But some people let it get the best of them. Like I actually had somebody DM me maybe earlier this week and was asking if I've had any success being poly. And he was explaining to me that every time he tries to set something up, it's always a fight. And I was like, okay, well, what do you mean? And he was like, every time I introduce somebody to my wife, she tries to physically fight them. And I'm like, well, bruh, like, obviously this isn't for her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
This isn't going to be a successful relationship. And I was like, maybe you need to take your wife's feelings into consideration. And he was like, nah, you shitting me. And I'm like, all right, well, go off. Good luck then. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. There's nothing I can say to you. Like,
So guys, let me ask, how do you go about asking the question, or maybe bring fruition to a couple or your partner? How would someone do that?
I mean, it depends. I feel like whenever people ask us that question, my thought process is, your partner. You know what I'm saying? I know that if Eddie was still very insecure, even when I was hanging out with the girls, I know my husband well enough to know that if he's insecure about me hanging out with my homegirls, me dating another man, or us being in a poly relationship, I know he wouldn't be able to handle that.
I was never insecure about you hanging out with you.
Nigga, I said if you were.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm
You
just
better say that.
I'm trying to make sure.
How are you sitting right next to me and you can't hear me?
Cause I'm just trying to make sure. Cause I was trying to think of that time when that happened. I don't remember that ever happening.
I
So,
said,
I'm just saying, don't be on this phone lying about me now. Shit. Don't do that. Okay.
Shut up, boy.
You go tell the story
Anyway,
with the facts. Okay.
like
Oh,
I said before, I was so rudely interrupted. If Eddie was the type of person to be insecure about me hanging out with the girls,
Hey, I heard you that time.
then I know me dating another man is not something that I can bring to him. So I feel like before anybody brings that to their partner or spouse or whatever, you know your partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know if your partner is insecure as fuck. Like, bringing a third person into the relationship is not going to help.
Yeah.
So I feel like you need to, anybody that's interested needs to fill their spouse out, fill out the situation and go from there. Like, use your best judgment. Like, don't be greedy, you know what I'm saying? And then get your ass whooped because you didn't told your partner you want to sleep with another woman and you already know she insecure.
And I say this shit all the time. Everybody can't be the Ruffs. Like, how our relationship is designed is how our relationship is. Like, this is my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my dog. This is my best friend. We talk about any and everything. So that's like she said. She knows me. I know her. So if she was to come to me and say, "Hey, babe, there's this dude," blah 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 blah, we can have that conversation. But everybody ain't as fortunate to be able to have that closeness with their spouse, with their partner or whatever, to be open and honest about wanting to pursue relationships with another person. And that's why, that side nigga, side chick culture is as prevalent as it is, because nobody is willing to be honest about what it is that they really want. I think that's the first step, is being honest about what it is that you want. If you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, don't be in a monogamous relationship. If you are talking to somebody and that person only wants monogamy, that person ain't the one for you.
Right.
Like, there are plenty of communities of polyamorous people, polygamous people, whatever, black people that are into the same shit, that instead of trying to convince somebody joining in this lifestyle with you to the point where you got to sneak and all of that other dumb shit, like, nah, why? Just be honest with yourself about what it is that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's a very good point. And on that note, we'll be right back.
The Kings are on break, but you and I, we've got work to do. It's time for you to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, the little like button goes like that. Then the little comment section. You can comment, let us know what you want us to talk about. And last but not least, subscribe. That's how we'll come back. If we don't come back, what will we do? What will we do? Do it. Let's go. Woo!
Alrighty, welcome back. Once again, we're here with Lady and Lord Ruff, just having a good old chat. Alrighty, so I do have one question. So I know that a lot of gay gentlemen, bi gentlemen, and women, of course, when they come out, they feel that open release. They feel that weight off their back. They feel that freeness. Do you guys feel like when you finally made the decision to do the Polylife that it did that, like it let that weight off?
I don't know. Eddie is a very I don't give a fuck what you think type person. So and for me, my husband knows what I'm doing. Ain't nobody paying our bills. So if you don't like it, it is what it is type thing. You know what I mean? So but I do enjoy the fact, because his mom just recently started listening to our podcasts and stuff, and they're a little religious.
I'm not a little religious.
She's not so bad.
They have their own church.
Yeah, they have their own
church. The fact that she said little religious told me it was way more than just a little.
Right. I don't think that she's
black
that bad.
Code word.
In the beginning of our marriage, she was very, very, very religious. She's not so bad anymore. That's why I say a little.
Okay. I get that too.
Yeah, so she's a little more respectful. So she just started listening to our podcast, but she doesn't bring it up to us. I feel like she will one day, just out of curiosity. But I think the fact that she doesn't say anything to us about it lets me know that she respects it. You know what I mean? So, and I think the fact that we are so open about our relationship on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and all of that, it is nice to be able to walk around like, who gonna check me?
Right.
Right.
Like I was just in Texas with one of my partners, and we post pictures all over social media and all of that shit, and it's just like, okay.
Who gonna check me?
Right, right. Kiara commenting on it, talking about how cute it is, all of that shit. Like it's normal for us at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Alrighty, King Jerker, did you have another question?
So describe what would be the perfect. So you said you were 9 years married. So here comes number 10. What would be the perfect that night for you guys?
Would be the perfect what?
What kind of date would it be?
Jeremy.
And my
On
cousin,
our 10th anniversary?
yeah.
Well, we'll be not married 9 years this June. We'll be 10 years next year.
Yeah.
But let's see, the perfect night. I don't know.
Date.
Just some random shit.
Yeah, like we're very random.
Yeah, we're random as shit, so it'd just be some random shit.
Yeah, but well, I think perfect would be if we did like a spa day. And then
I'm with that.
A spa day.
Okay.
And then just like some very intimate, you know what I'm saying, a long time, like no kid, no cell phones, no social media, just
some weed.
There you go.
That brought up a great point. You guys have children.
Yeah.
One.
So how does that how old are they first?
She's 13.
13. Okay, so has it been a conversation, or like how does that work?
Yeah, I had that conversation. I think me and Kaylin was making a store run in the middle of the night, and we just had that, like, that's the kind of relationship that we've always had. And I asked her if she think that is strange, and she said no.
Matter of fact, the other day when he was, because he was in Texas this past Monday through Wednesday, and I think it was after he got home, he was on the phone with the girl, and Kaylin came downstairs, and she was like, I thought that one of Daddy's girlfriends was his mom. That's who she thought he was talking to on the phone. And I was like, damn, one of his girlfriends, how many do you think that he got? And she was like, 3. So you know what I mean?
Daddy out here in these streets.
Right. So I was like, dang, girl, you think your daddy a hoe? And she was like, what's a hoe? And I was like, never mind. I was like, but he does not have 3 girlfriends. But that's a normal conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that she can come and say Daddy's girlfriend, or whatever. Like another girl that he has a platonic relationship with, she was over last week, and she just texted me and was like, hey, I'm in y'all neighborhood. I was gonna stop by. And I was like, well, Eddie's not here. But I was like, you more than welcome to come. And she was like, okay, cool. His loss, I'll be there in a minute. But he ended up coming home while she was here. He walked through the door and gave her a hug. She jumped on him and gave him a hug and all of that. Like, that was normal, so.
Gotcha. King Friday, did you have another question?
Yeah, so has anybody that you have ever dealt with, like within the polyamorous relationship, ever wanted to be like more involved, like with your kid or with your life, like with your luxuries, maybe with your assets? Like, has anyone ever wanted to try to be more a part of your life than just this within the stipulations you've established?
That's a good question. No, we haven't.
There was one that could have got the keys to the house, but that was years ago. Ain't been nobody else since her.
Yeah.
But she was the exception to all the rules.
Right. But she never like imposed. You know what I mean? She never overstepped boundaries or anything like that. She was just a very special girl, very special person. But yeah, if she wanted to, move in,
she could have.
Yeah,
She
could have.
She was the one. It wasn't gonna be no polygamy type situation. They wasn't gonna have nothing. They were really good friends.
Yeah, I don't get involved with anybody that he has a physical relationship with.
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask that question. So, is there any questions that you guys have for us?
I do. Would any of y'all get into a poly relationship?
I want to answer this.
Go ahead, Nick.
Okay, so so it's so funny that you mentioned that it became something that people would think would be more sexual than it is, I guess, from the heart type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my two most successful sexual experiences with multiple people is what made me think that there's a chance I could be polyamorous, sort of. And I say sort of because I feel like, okay, me talking about this will open up to the next question that I have. So I feel like it's different. I think polyamory is different for different cultures. To me, first two successful threesomes to me are when I don't have to do as much work. Like, I feel like there's two other people that are working together that are making the experience, like, I don't know, like, that idea of three being a crowd, not in that moment, like, depending on dynamic, it's like, that's something you can have forever. If everybody gets along with each other, and it's like, that's how it can grow into a household because there's a friendship there. And it's like, I've had a few threesomes in my life, a few that I were literally not wanted. But these two particular moments, I was this close to like, I would actually be in a polyamorous relationship with both of y'all. And it was two different moments where in both of the moments I was like, I could do this. Like, somebody was cooking, somebody was rolling up, and it was a genuine regular time that's regular stuff that I do anyway. So I felt like in that moment, it's like it cuts that shield. You know what I'm saying? Between I think I might be sexually attracted to that person. Like you may know already, and we're not agreeing to. I don't know that alternative idea. Like, we are agreeing to that alternative idea that you don't have to hide from knowing that you're attracted to somebody, and it may not always be sexual. That's the biggest thing, is knowing that it's not always sexual. It's like,
right.
You could just like this person's personality. Like you said, it's a platonic. You can have platonic relationships be like, it works within the relationship. It's not getting in the way. So I've considered it. I've considered it up to a certain point.
Yeah. That's real.
What about you, King Lois?
What
about you? What's your answer?
Oh, to the question. If it's sexual, sharing is caring. I don't like to share dick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be very bold. My dick is my dick. I don't play that. That's the only thing. Like, that part I can't do. So with me, it would be a no, because I'm a little I'm selfish in that area. You know what I'm saying? What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. And you're not getting none of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's okay. That's okay. Because being poly ain't for everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Being poly definitely ain't for everybody.
And King Jacob, what's your answer?
I've thought about it. I've had a lot of experiences with couples and things of that nature. So I've thought about it. I don't know where I'm at on it, to be honest. You know, as I get older, I start thinking, you know, it would be kind of interesting to have platonic kind of poly kind of things going on too. That's kind of interesting to me. But I would say no to it.
Gotcha.
No. But it would be nice to be with two bottoms.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Oh, you better say bottom.
Oh Lord, not now. Here we go.
Support the bottom.
I would say well, let me give y'all a little personal moment. I kind of have dabbled in it a little bit on the surface level, I guess. Um, but I was exposed to like swinging, what I consider too young. Um, my partner was into it, and I wasn't at a place sexually where I was ready for that yet. Um, so I think it kind of jaded my opinion about a lot of it. Um, but as I've gotten older and growed up,
Mhm.
and explored like sexuality and actually developing relationships with people and building bonds and stuff, like I wouldn't see a problem with it. So I would say no. I think that just for me, it would be finding two people that I actually have like a good connection with.
Right.
Because even when I've done like sexual group things, like if the connection is not right, it's just not right for me. So
Right. Right.
Mm.
Right.
I'm like, I just, y'all can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's real. That's
Because
real.
because that's really one of the reasons that kind of propelled us into more poly things and thinking of the heart instead of just my dick. Because at some point, I wanted to get to know these women that I was having sex with, or interested in having sex with beyond the physical. Like, if we can't have a fucking conversation, I don't want to have sex with you.
Hmm.
Like, if we can't relate anywhere else outside of the bedroom, you can't do anything for me.
Hmm.
So, and it got to a point where I was just tired of the late night shit. I was just tired of it.
Hmm.
Like, I wanted something more, and so I asked her. And in the beginning, we had all these rules in place of what we could do, how much money I couldn't spend, and what time I had. If I wasn't out the house at a certain time, I wasn't going nowhere, and blah 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 blah. We had all of these rules, and then as we learned more about how we wanted to love and to be loved, that's when a lot of those rules kind of just like fell off, and it just evolved to where we are now.
So, lady, do you date men too, or is it just him dating women? Do you date outside your marriage
Me.
as well?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Because normally what I see, and I'm feminist woman power. Mostly, what I see, I guess, is polygamy. Like it's a man and two women. But
Hmm.
hear that you date outside too. I respect that a little bit more because all I see, what I was introduced to is always like a man and two women
Mm.
Right.
household. I'm just like, girl, you
Yeah.
need.
I
I
mean,
don't get down like that. If you gonna do it, I'm gonna do it too. It's
Okay,
gonna be an
okay.
equal opportunity over here.
Okay, and that's what I live for. I live for all of that. I live for all that
there
green one. I live for
there
all.
are those kind of dynamics. That's just not ours. Like,
Yeah.
we
Right.
are solo poly, so meaning that we're married, but we don't date together.
Hmm.
Like, her relationships are her
Okay.
relationships, and mine are mine. Like, they don't intersect at all.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Well, we'll be right back with more with the Ruffs.
Right, y'all, and we want to thank the Ruffs for coming through. Tell the people where they can find you, how to find you, how you want them to find them.
You can find us on Instagram at Rough Talk 247. You can also find us on YouTube at Rough Talk 247. And wherever you listen to podcasts at, just type in Rough Talk 247 and you'll find us.
And that's RUFF.
Yes, yes.
Gotcha.
Like,
Alrighty. So you heard them. Go like, subscribe, comment, listen, all of that. Stream it. Get the likes up.
All that shit.
Support it.
All that shit.
yeah, support them.
I'm gonna add.
Alrighty.
I live for y'all.
We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. So today is a sex talk episode. So what are we gonna do now? We're gonna talk about sex. Alrighty. So the first topic we're gonna discuss is sexting, or talking through text messages or phone calls. Um, King Jagger, how do you feel about that?
I'm not about any nudes. I can't. I don't know. It's just like people will start the conversation there, and it's just like, really, like hi, like not even a hello, like full ass. Just right in my DM, like, I'm not a sexer. Yeah, no.
Let's hear from our guests. How are you guys feeling about the sexting culture?
They questions wasn't heavy enough, so go ahead, pimp.
I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy the shit. Next. I enjoy it. I love it. Like it's it gives me an opportunity to see what she's into.
Yes.
Like if she can tell me what she's into, then that gives me a direction to go if we ever get physical.
Yes. I'm very big on, like I said, building connections.
Yeah.
And so that's one of my go-to things is very kind of raunchy text messages. How are we feeling about it, King Lois?
I mean, I'm not opposed to a nice dick message. You understand? You know, the boys dick pics, and I'm not opposed to it. I'm just opposed to if it's small and things like that of that nature. What is this going to do for me? This is doing nothing. So I'm here for I'm here for a nice dick pic. This depends on what app I'm on. Depends on what I'm giving, what mood I am in. Now I'm not going to send an ass pic. And you're not going to try to read me and post my ass on everywhere, even though it's soft, round, and all of that, things of those nature. But, I'm not opposed to a nice dick pic, I'm not.
Yes. My nudes are probably all over this side of North America. King
damn,
Friday, how are
okay.
you feeling about it?
Okay.
So I'm here for sexting and the nudes. I feel like that's two different things. Like I've been sexting since I was 16 before nudes was a major thing. So
Phone boning.
yeah, I mean, okay, so for me it's all about the fantasy. Like when it happens only mattered as I got older because it became more of what I was used to. You know what I'm saying? Girls and guys alike, to be honest, at one point in my life. So as I got older, it's like when I start seeing what I like about sexting and nudes and stuff like that, it didn't have nothing to do with, like, sometimes it was like just feeling close enough to somebody, because I'm not an outwardly sexual person, believe it or not. Like,
No.
if I feel,
Really?
believe it or not, like I have to feel like it's something different. Like I feel like being sexy and being sexual are two different things. So I don't always feel comfortable being sexual with somebody. So those are included in that. Like that goes on forever. Whether I'm also low key monogamous. So that typically is something I like to be able to feel the freedom to give to my somebody, but it don't matter when it happens. So if I love nudes, I'm a perv too. I'm naturally a perv. Like I watch porn with all of my lovers. So I've had threesomes. So it depends on the energy of the situation, the circumstance of the situation. But 9 times out of 10, I gotta sift through all that. Like, well, I am a perv, so I'm not mad that I got this nude. Like, I don't give a fuck what. Like, I mean, after a while, I started being specific, but after a while, it's like, okay, well, you want to get coffee later? Like, I'm a person that's into sexting too. If the energy is right and that's where it's going, and that's how I feel at the moment, because I change my mind when I feel like it. If I don't want to deal with being a hoe or a perv at the moment, I don't want to be that. But if I do, I'm like, I'm for it. And I love living the fantasy. It's all about creating a fantasy and then the arousal through fantasy and the arousal through the fact that as adults, it doesn't even have to be a fantasy. And that's the part where I'd be like, I'm over it. Now I want to do it for real. So,
Gotcha.
and I've been doing both since I was 16. So I definitely don't even know.
No, wait a minute. No, you said you've been sexting since you've been 16.
You've been sending.
I've been doing both.
You've been sexting since you've been.
Yeah.
Sexting is like, what you gonna do with that dick, nigga? You know what I'm saying? You gonna thrash? You know what I'm saying? That's sexting.
So I've been doing both, but the point that I was getting at is that there is a difference between the two. And I feel like we didn't bring up we didn't bring up that. We talking about nudes, but it's more to dirty talks and just nudes because everybody not
Okay.
always.
Oh my god.
And that let
I-
me iterate that I'm not proud that I've been doing that since I was 16.
so speaking of sexting, social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, definitely Twitter, are becoming a little more sexualized by the day. Um, how do you guys feel about social media and sex? King Jagger?
I mean, Twitter is crazy, right? Like, my, you could be scrolling, Joe Biden is saying something, and then the next one is, dick or pussy and tits. And it's just ass right there. Like, it's crazy.
That is Twitter.
Hey, I mean, they got rid of Tumblr, so I guess people have to find somewhere to go.
Right.
Twitter.
How you feeling, King Lois?
I'm here for it, honey. I'm here for all of that extra and all that carrying on. You know what I'm saying? If you got it, flaunt it. If you got an inch dick,
Right.
show it. You got a
I mean,
3 inch dick, don't show it. But I'm
Oh,
here for it. I'm definitely here
I
for
just
it.
I just feel like, mind you, I have very active and popping Twitter. But I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. Like, I'll be on Facebook now just scrolling up and here comes dick and ass. I'm like, okay, wait, ain't this Facebook? Like, what did I click on? Like, I think I might have clicked on the wrong app here, buddy. So I think that, and then it's like some people can post it, then other people post it and get put in Facebook jail, and then it's like a big. King Lois is in Facebook jail right now.
Damn.
It's me.
So I think that
what
you said what?
what did he post? Oh my god.
I'm probably talking shit.
I'm fit. That's all I'm going to.
So King Friday, how you feeling about social media?
I feel like everybody has, believe it, to me, everybody has the ability to filter that because everything runs off of cookies and you can start all over if you want to, who you follow, what you're into. So I feel like it's almost inevitable that we knew that somebody could copy a link from porn one day and post it and get away with it. So it's not surprising to me. It doesn't bother me. If I don't want to see it, I don't know, look at something else, change what I'm looking at. And then when I feel like it, I go, like, it's a freedom of choice to me. I think it's a big deal to make a big deal. We're adults. We should really be worried about who sees it is children, and children shouldn't have access to the internet. So.
Got you. So, Lady and Lord Ruff, let's talk social media and sex. What do you guys thinking?
It's definitely there. It's definitely there. Like there be a couple times I'm just like y'all said, be scrolling and be like, what the fuck? Like, hold on, like who am I following? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I think I've gotten to a place where I don't follow people that post a lot of like hypersexual shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see that shit all day.
Right.
Like, I mean, now granted, if it's somebody that if I don't want to see it, I just remove myself. And I've done that a couple of times. And shit, I mean, you can get on my story and sometimes it may be sex, but it's there.
Yeah.
But it's not like I ain't posting porn and shit.
Yeah.
I think some people take this social media freedom shit a little bit too free. And there are different platforms for that shit. Yeah, it's and like you said, it's all in what you want to see. If you don't want to see the shit, you ain't got to see the shit. So.
Yes. Well, one of the big things that is going on right now on, those social media platforms dedicated to sex would be exhibitionism, public play, doing things in places where you can get caught or, just out in the open. So let's talk about it. And we're gonna start with Lady Ruff because she is giggling, and I want to hear what that thought is. Come on, bring it.
Blessed Jesus, we have changed.
Come on now, come on.
You have changed.
Let the people in. What's going on?
You have changed.
So a few years ago, we were a part of this sex group on Facebook, and we had sex live.
A couple times.
Look at
For the people, for the culture.
I wasn't expecting.
Apparently, it was for the culture.
I'm with it. I'm here for it.
Yes.
King Nick, what's going on?
That's kind of awesome. Congratulations. I'll clap.
It's also congratulations.
So what my thoughts on exhibition is? I'm here for it. So depending on my comfort level, I've been that down for whatever person. Like I feel like a lot of my life I didn't have anywhere to have sex. So it went from, well, it's either here or wait till later, and I don't feel like it. So I love it. I feel like if you get the opportunity to create like that world, like get so lost into whoever, how many ever in that moment you're having sex with, it's like it feels so regular to me. I feel like it's regular. It's like buildings were here. I don't know. I look at it from a real deep perspective. Like before buildings were here, there was nothing. So what do you think people was fucking? Like,
Adam and Eve had to have sex in the garden at some point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like that passion. It's a passionate thing for me. It's like I've had, so like I said, stories. I have stories for days of my in relationships, out relationships, and
double dutch.
You in and out. That means you in and out. Like you in and out the conversation. Like you in, you out. You in, you out.
But you hear me now?
No, you're not. No.
That joke went like right over your head, Nick.
You put double dutch and you in and out, like jump in, then you jump out, and you over here.
I feel like I'm on track. Is that what we're doing with that?
Kind of, sorta. But I get you. Yeah, I get you.
I just feel like that's my take on it. Like I'm here for it. I have stories of it. I've experienced it, and I would continue to do it. I mean, tropical islands.
Sound like you would recommend it.
Yeah, I think everybody should try it. It's definitely that spark in your relationship.
It's the thing to do.
It's the thing to do. Just do it. Like, why not? Absolutely, do it.
Alrighty. Well, King Jaker, how you feeling?
I think Nick hit on something though that we probably talk about in another episode. Like when in certain relationships or LGBTQI lifestyles, you sometimes don't have a place to have sex at, or so you are actually, most of your experience is probably outside, or somewhere, some car or something. I think a lot of the cars in Georgia that are on the side of the road, people having sex. I don't know why I think that. I just feel like everybody on the road is having sex. There's too many cars on the side of the road. But
a lot of sex on the side of the road.
Have you? I mean, I don't know. I think I would do it.
We have
on the side of the road. Help us.
Inside the car.
I've done it like that on the way to the airport.
See?
Had sex in the dressing room.
What about getting head while you're driving? Now that's like.
Oh, we're gonna get to head in just a second.
Well,
we're gonna get to head in just a moment.
It's kind of crazy. Let me just say.
King Lois, how you feeling about exhibitionism?
Well, you know what I get down, what they get down. So I've done it before. So what I know you said about the LGBTIQ, like I might figure some letters, so excuse me.
La la la.
Letters, so I might get that. so it's no shade. Well, I had a place to have sex at because I knew my parents,
I think you
so
have
I
taken
just
out
wanted
our
to be,
guest.
so with me, I just wanted to be spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the thrill. Let me tell you something. When you doing something like that, it's the thrill. Like, am I gonna get caught? Hold up. Am I gonna get caught? Is somebody looking? You looking back? You know what I'm saying? It's it's a thrill. It's a motherfucking thrill for me. It's the thrill. Riding and you looking. Oh, we
I
got
love
this.
it,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? It's a thrill for me. So it wasn't that I didn't have a place to do it at because I had a place, but I wanted to know. Yeah.
I love it, man.
I
I
Wanted to
will.
get
love it. I love it, man.
I
you know
will.
what I'm saying?
Love
I
it.
wanted to get all involved with him, and he wanted to get all in my
Sure.
inside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the things are. So I'm for it.
I would say I'm very sexual. Just what did you say earlier? A little sexual. I'm just a little bit. But one of my boundaries is I do not. I'm not. I don't want to do anything that I could get in trouble for. I'm very big on that. Um, so we can do just about anything you want to in this room, but I'm not going outside. You're not gonna get me caught the fuck up. It's just not gonna happen with me.
So you would never do it in a car, which like that's your nigga.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, then let me tell you something else. I am 6'2", 225. Like I'm too big to be fucking in cars. Like
y'all put them
I,
things. Let me tell
honey,
you,
honey, I had a whole van and it was still not enough room. Let me
You
tell you
open the door.
something. So we're just
You gotta.
it's gonna work out. We gonna do. Oh, Jesus.
it's a chop for the public sex and me. King Jagger, you had a point.
Nope.
Uh, Alrighty. So let's switch gears from full sex and talk about like foreplay and oral sex and how we feel about these things. Um, I will start and say I'm very passionate. So everything foreplay is like that's when I put on the show. I feel like that's your time to show out. We're gonna get to sex. Sex is gonna be good, but let's do this beginning shit and put on a good little show for the people. Um, King Jagger, how you feeling about it?
What? I mean, um, um, I think oral sex is. I think it's like you can show how passionate you are. Um, I think they say that like when you're a baby, you show how oral you are. How if you like they do say that like that's where it starts from. Oral fixation. That's what it's called. If you have an oral fixation when you're younger, all the way up, it's gonna stay with you. So.
Huh. Huh. I have been eating all my life.
See?
King Friday.
I love cake.
Okay. Put it on the menu. Cakes, pies, cookies, all that.
Put the glasses down.
King Friday. Let's talk oral. What's going on?
So my take on oral sex, like, all right, so to me, man, I do think it's a passionate thing. I think it's a cop out sometimes. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, it's a good. I didn't go all the way, but I got a pretty good time type of thing to do. I think.
We ain't doing no oral and stopping, honey. What the fuck is that about?
You say
We
what?
ain't, bitch, we ain't 15. Continue.
I feel like some people like they. I don't know. I think that some people. I don't want to say settle. Like it depends on the moment. Like if you're not in the mood for a quick situation, or I don't know.
I
I
think
think
I
I think it's
I
different.
feel what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's deeper than I think it's deeper. I think it's something like I said. Like I feel like that's how it can work in polyamory. Like some people they just like yeah I won't go this far. Like not saying everybody works that way. But in some relationships, that's the parameters. Like, oh, if y'all just did oral, y'all just fuck each other or suck each other off or whatever the case may be, like it's not a big deal, but it's like a pleasurable experience that anybody can enjoy and also not really get mad about. That's how I feel.
King Lois.
What's going on?
Oral sex, son.
Oh,
Um,
see, you see my list, so I'm good at what I do. So sometimes they don't even go to the next level. They just go to that level because they be like, oh my God, oh, and then they and
oh, so King Lois, you're a throat baby? Is that what you're inferring?
no, I'm not the throat baby. I'm a head queen. I'm the head mistress. Okay, the head mistress. So I'm good at what I do. I have no complaints. So I have some people, who,
Shit.
in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes. So, I'm good at what I do. So sometimes it doesn't get to the next level, depending on the young man. Depending on the young man. It just depends on the young man. So I'm here for it because I'm good at what I do. You see these lips full,
Merch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't mad at you.
Now let's take it up here and talk to our guest host this week. What's going on with oral sex?
Why you can't answer a question?
I'm just listening. I'm just here for it. I'm learning, head queen, or what was it, head mistress? Head mistress. I'm learning, head mistress. Trying to retain this stuff.
I mean, like you said, I'm good at what I do. I'm very good at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never had no complaints. No. And I enjoy it too. I enjoy it. Like I can do that and not do anything else and be good. Because I enjoy it.
That's the thing. Now, your partner come home and you hook them up, and you just let them be.
Yeah, like
I'm good for that. Do that to me.
I can do that shit and be straight and just be done.
I think that with a woman it's different for me. I just let y'all in on a secret, didn't I? Bloop. I think like sex with a woman is different than like gay sex for me. So maybe with a woman it could be like an oral type of situation.
Look, I've gotten head for a complete hour, and I had to do nothing, and they were fine. And
an hour? You did an hour?
I mean, they took
they were sucking your dick for an hour, and you didn't. Oh my gosh!
No, I definitely was like, hold on, I'm about to nut, all that stuff,
I'll stop. We gonna get this out. You done? Bye.
It's for the build up. You gotta build it up.
No, nobody's sucking no dick for no. I'm not sucking no dick for no hour. No.
What's your max? 20 minutes?
I'm head mistress, honey. I'm not sucking no dick
for
for no hour.
He getting the job done.
Oh,
it don't take that long. What he's saying. It never gets to that point.
Right. It ain't gonna be no hour.
Okay.
The maximum 20 minutes. The max.
Okay. Well, head mistress. Let's talk about dirty talking with sex. And so, what does the head mistress do about the dirty talk?
What you mean? Is a boy talking to me, or do I do the dirty talking?
I mean, we want to know both. We're here for it.
I just don't do no dirty talking. The boys do the dirty talking to me. You know what they be giving? Like, you want this dick? Yeah, daddy, I can take this. You know what I'm saying? You know all of that. Like, daddy, I can take that dick. Give it to me, daddy. You know all that talking. Like, give it to me. Give it to me hard, strong, and long. Stick it to me. You know all that. You know what it gets. You know
what pussy this is.
You know the vibes, darling. You know the vibes. You know what boys give.
Who does pussy belong to?
Okay, yeah, I love all of that. Yes, take it.
King Jagger.
It. Okay, I'm sorry.
King Jagger. So obviously,
I love it.
It is. We're a fan of dirty talk, aren't we?
I'm definitely a fan of dirty talk. I think that's when I really like all the sexy and stuff like that. But during it, yeah, I can get that.
Yeah, true. King Friday?
Yeah, so I don't mind my dude dirty talking, but I don't like talking during sex. I don't like talking at all. I don't want words because the words happen before we fuck. Any aspect of fucking, oral, any aspect. I'm leaving that vague for a reason. So no, I'm not telling anybody. how I tell anybody that in any moment that any amount of sex is happening with anybody, I don't feel like talking.
Quiet.
It's not that I'm quiet either. I'm grunting. I'm probably grunting, or I'm expressing myself. It's
So
a to me.
that,
Sex to me is the beast mode. So I said, sex to me is beast mode. Like it's a whole different ballgame because we don't need to talk about nothing. We can say what we need to say. I don't
Right.
need to talk about anything. You can tell me how you feel, but I don't need to say anything about it. I don't want that ruins it for me. For me, if somebody want me to say something, I'm like, I'll let you know I don't feel like it, but I'm not gonna say it like that. But my real motto is I can show you better than I can tell you for a reason because me talking, we did that already. Because the way that I approach sex in general, I'm just not that person. Like I'm not. That's to me. That's a fantasy that doesn't fit for me. Doesn't never fit my dynamic, and it only fits in the moment. If I'm talking dirty 9 times out of 10, I feel like I want to, but most of the time while I'm fucking, I don't want to talk. I don't care how long it takes. That's the thing. I don't care if it's 2 minutes or if it's 2 hours. I don't want to talk the whole time.
I mean, I guess I'm a dirty talker in a way, but like I'm like more physical in the moment.
You like to get
Like
slapped.
I'm choking and slapping bitches and
I
like
know
doing
it.
all
I
that. I'm not really too much. I mean, I'm talking. We're engaging back and forth. But yeah, a whole lot of dirty talk in the moment. It's probably not gonna happen, but it's
Directions,
going to be.
directions. I like directions. I do directions. That's
what
different.
happened? You do direction.
Directions.
So what
Yeah.
directions? Like you
Like
said,
telling somebody what to do, like guiding, like what you want. Like I feel like you just brought up,
Instructing. Yes.
yeah, instructions. Yeah, like you just brought up
okay, instructing.
the
Okay.
that part. I feel like that's a different.
You need a
To me,
manual.
it's different. It's like kind of dirty talk. It's like, no, I want you to do this versus
Oh,
how I'm
you have
feeling.
a director. Oh, I like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there we go.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Let's get up here and see what the Lord and Lady are thinking about dirty talking.
Whew.
I love it. I love it. Talk shit to me, slap me, choke me. Like I love it. I absolutely love it. Like I talk a lot of shit outside of the bedroom. So in the bedroom, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like it'll have a nigga like, oh bitch, you wanna keep talking? Like, let me show you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there you
Let's
go.
let's dive a little deeper.
Oh,
So you said you guys had threesomes in the past, correct?
Right.
Um, okay, so let's go back to a threesome with a female. Lord Ruff, this question would be for you. Do you feel like is there dirty talking between the two women, and what does that do for you?
Mm, I don't. I think the only one. I know this is supposed to be his question, but I think the only person that kind of like did any like shit talking was oh girl.
40.
No. When she was like, "Put your pussy on my face."
Yeah.
Yeah.
what'd she say?
She said, "Put your pussy on my face."
Oh,
Lots of
Oh,
instructions.
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 Again,
Yes,
I
instructions.
love it.
There we go.
I
I
can't.
love aggression in the bedroom. Like, tell me what to do. Tell me you hate me. Tell me I'm a whore. Like, I like that shit. Love
Okay.
it.
All here for the dirty talking.
Tell me you hate me.
Okay.
Tell me you hate me.
Chains and whips. All right, welcome back. All right, so before we say goodbye to Lady and Lord Ruff, I think we want to give them a chance to give you guys a final thought.
Yeah, we just want to let you guys know, first of all, that we appreciate you guys having us. We enjoyed it. Y'all are fucking hilarious. If you know, we're an open book. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to hit us up on our Rough Talk Instagram, and feel free to add our personal pages. And like we always say, do what works best for you.
Very, very well said. We'll be right back, guys. Alrighty, welcome back to the King's Postage. This is the segment where we let you guys write in and ask us questions, and then we have to answer. So this week we're going to start with a group question. So the question posed to the group is, who in the group is currently single? Oh, sadly everybody in the group is single.
That's sadly for me.
Alrighty, so we're going to move on to King Lois. You have a question. Are you ready?
I'm ready, set. Let's go.
Okay.
What is one of your guilty pleasures?
Um, one of my guilty pleasures, what I enjoy the most, what I indulge in, what I live for, gives me my everlasting life is having a light cocktail and shopping.
Okay. A little drinking shop, never hurting anybody.
Yeah, drinking and shopping, with my red cup in my car while I'm driving.
Uh,
Guilty. I say guilty. You say guilty pleasures, right? I have my red cup in my car and
illegal.
I
Yes,
just
that is definitely guilty.
No,
pleasure.
Guilty
So
no.
I'm
boots.
definitely guilty for
Oh,
having my red cup in the car and heading to my destination. So guilty pleasure. So I'm definitely guilty with that.
Guilty boots.
oh
All
my
right.
God.
King Jager, here is
Um,
your question. What is your type of either male or female to date?
I'm an energy guy, to be quite honest. So it's not a type. Like, I kind of peer on the pansexual kind of vibe too, just to really be out there. But I'm an energy guy. So
Gotcha. So my question is, if I could go out on a date with anybody on the panel, who would I go out with?
what are you doing?
Hmm. Um, let's see all of my options. um,
Yeah.
on a
Fuck
date.
Mary Kill. Fuck Mary Kill, is it?
Okay. No, I think that have to be King Jager.
Okay. Well,
And finally, King Friday. The fans would like to know, what is your favorite dance move and can we see it?
Oh, so yeah, wow. So I have a lot of favorite dance moves, but I can show you better than I can tell you. So
ooh.
yeah.
Mm.
And with that being said, we'll be right back.
Yeah. That's
No.
everybody's vibe.
Ah, ah, ah.
Well, guys, I'm sorry, but it's time for us to go. But, we'll never leave you without a final thought. So this week we're going to start with King Jager.
Please. Guys, suck some dick. Do your job. Get down there. Get that dick.
Alrighty, and King Friday.
Um, I would like to say feel free to explore your sexuality. Do be smart, do be safe, but also remember as an adult, there's so many places to find information, so many places to go, and you should find somebody to talk to if you're unsure about how to go about exploring your sexuality.
Gotcha. King Lois.
Always make sure your inside is matching your outside. Looks fade away, but no one can ever take what's inside of you.
Gotcha. And I would say just know that no matter if you're straight, gay, bi, lesbian, trans, or anything that you are, poly, monogamous, whatever you are, it's okay because there's only one of you. So be that. And honey, like they used to say on the host show, if you're gonna do it, be the best at it. So like we always say, guys, keep your head up and your crayons on. We out of here.